Debs.
Law, you all right?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. I am loving this focus on mentoring.
We've had some great quality conversations, haven't we, with different people about it, because they're sort of buzzing from it and realising that, yeah, they could be either a mentee or they could be a mentor. And
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. And like coaching, coaching isn't for the people that can't do stuff. So coaching isn't, a punishment.
No.
You have a coach to then get even better. And mentoring isn't just for what happens on day one in a brand new role, when you're really young. In fact, mentoring can happen and have benefits at any stage of our careers. And why did we want to focus on this 4-part focus looking at mentoring? Because could it be that mentoring is the enabler to be able to thrive at an organisational level as we see rapid, widespread change happening all over our kind of different industries. And in the World Economic Forum report, December 2025, when they were doing almost like a 5-year map, so between now and 2030, the stats that they are saying employers who contributed to the report said is there's going to be 172 million new roles generated, with 92 million roles gone. So there is going to be some choppy change of where, not all these things are going to happen kind of in a slow and steady way. But let's not panic, Debs. Let's get mentoring, because could mentoring be the vehicle that can enable us to be able to pivot, to be able to share professional etiquettes and processes and cultural stuff in a cheap and really speedy way?
Oh my God, I love that. And listening to what some of our little snippets and people that shared their experience of what they think could make a difference was incredible.
It sure does get you thinking about knowledge management and knowledge transfer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. I think you're right, because those organisations that do manage mentoring or encourage it and manage it well actually protect and transfer that knowledge across generations, so it doesn't walk out of the door and it's not lost. And I just think it just creates that deeper collaboration within teams and within people, because there's a stronger relationship there. And I think it encourages that continuous learning, because we always have to, as you said, move with the times. And if that's what is coming out of that, 172 million rolled, 92 million gone, it's like, whoa, what do we do? How do we collaborate even more than we are? So we have that the human edge, as you always say, and that's going to be the massive difference, isn't it?
Yeah. And so if you can be really strategic with your mentoring, where are there pockets of the organisation that need to collaborate better? Using the collaborate word. So let's say that there are some moments of friction, or there are some obstacles that are happening between, I don't know, a sales team and an operational team. Well, what an exquisite little mentor partnership to create. And actually, we've seen that in some of the big leadership programs that our team have been working on over the years. When you're able to when you ask a client, so which teams, which departments, which functions need to collaborate better? Brilliant. Let's get up those mentoring partnerships, not in the same vertical, but let's get it across, because not only does that create less of a them and us culture, because you see the real person behind, the task list or the email, but what a fantastic then way to be able to positive gossip and share the intangible info around the organisation or in different geographies.
Yeah, I think that's amazing, really. And I think that two-way learning as well and understanding is what a couple of people said. And the one thing that I really loved was that so talent feels valued. So, you join that organisation because you've got the talent to be able to be part of it. And I think that's where, the mentoring can really help, that your talent actually feels valued here and that you matter. And I think that's what a couple of people shared with us in order to create that space for it to happen. So should we take a listen into a few more people?
A strong culture of mentoring helps industry stay resilient because it accelerates learning and knowledge sharing between the generations. Every industry goes through cycles and different moments of change, whether that be technology, new ways of working, or shifting expectations from employers and also customers. Mentoring helps transfer experience while also bringing fresh perspective into the conversation. It's not necessarily just senior people guiding junior colleagues. It can be two-way learning where new ideas and digital thinking come up the chain as well. The reality is the different generations bring different experiences and viewpoints, and mentoring helps connect those together to create strong industries, but also strong organizations. When mentoring is a firm part of the culture, organizations develop people faster, build stronger leadership pipelines, and create environments where talent feels supported and valued. Ultimately, that's what future-proofs industries. People continuously learning from each other and building strong professional relationships.
The culture of mentoring will really help future-proof industries. We already know that we have an aging population and that we are using AI and technology a lot more. We also know we're going to have a multi-generational workforce with up to 5 generations working in the same organization. And there's a fantastic opportunity to really support in keeping the knowledge and keeping the expertise within the organization as people move out of employment into retirement. It's really about saying, we're going to support individuals who come in, we're going to guide them, we're going to offer them a safe space to learn and understand. We're going to share best practice and lessons learned so they're not having to go and do the same things that we've already done, but then allow them to be authentic in how they choose to incorporate those lessons.
I think for me, if industries want to really future-proof themselves, they need to invest in the people as much as performance. I think a mentoring culture transfers the knowledge before it walks out the door. It connects generations, it builds belonging, and accelerates growth as well. And as AI becomes part of everyday work, human capability becomes a real differentiator. Strategy can be automated, tasks can be automated, but character, judgment, leadership, that's definitely developed through reflection and conversation. I think mentoring creates environments where people are constantly growing, not just in their role, but in themselves. And when you build a workforce committed to working harder on themselves than their job descriptions, you don't just future-proof an industry, you're future-proofing its leadership. Technology will keep evolving, roles will keep changing, but if we commit to growing people, if we mentor with intention, we won't just keep up with the future, we'll shape it.
So, look, I have a question for you. I know I've asked you a question on the last couple of our pods, but I've got another one for you in relation to, I suppose, the culture piece and paying it forward. So, look, if someone listening to this thinking, I'd love to mentor someone, but I'm not sure I'm experienced enough, what would you say to them?
I would say, I always remember Dr. Kofi Annan, who at the point where I read this little quote was the head of the UN. You're never too young to lead and you're never too old to learn.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Absolutely. So get over any setback you have in your mind, obstacles around age or experience, because in a parallel universe, there's someone going, oh, I'm too old to mentor, I'm too stuck in my ways. So actually, age and perception of age is such a mindset and a frame anyway. So I think, even if you're at the start of your career, we all have different perspectives, and imagine that you're like a sensor within that organization. So you're sensing information and absorbing data, that you're the only person that is absorbing that. So kind of in a nice way, get over yourself and get into the service that you know that you sharing that knowledge exchange. And one of the easiest ways to do it in almost like a humble way is, what are some of the challenges that you had as you were getting your head around your new role? What would have been really helpful for you at the start? And even if you've only just passed your probation, just think how that 7-month experience perspective would have helped you when you were only 7 days in. So I think you're never too old or young to mentor, because it is an attitude to life. How are we going to support each other to thrive and move forward? And just sort of putting a bit of a light-hearted quip on it, for anyone who is wanting to have any kind of state pension at some point when they retire, it is in our personal finance interest to help next generations behind us thrive and evolve. Otherwise, no tax, no tax revenue, no state pension. So I'm playing the long game here, Debs, about
I love that.
Yeah, although the industry you might be part of might be long gone by the time you're kind of, looking to retire. Actually, what legacy could that time have brought that actually is not only useful for people right now, but we're all crew on planet Earth, aren't we, Debs?
Yeah, that's very true. And I think that's when mentoring, I suppose, becomes part of the culture, learning does travel faster than any strategy document ever could. And I have a thing about strategy documents, and it's just a plan, really. Come on now. But if we can actually encourage the mentoring relationship, you don't need to wait for a strategy document. You can make it happen in those relationships as well. So that's always something that always sticks with me.
Oh, Debs, you've got to be thinking, is it the Peter Drucker, the famous phrase, culture eats strategy for breakfast, which
yes.
I never really understood, but I think what it means is you could have the best strategy document ever, but if everyone hates everyone,
yes.
then you're not going to have the strategy. So is that the right way?
Yeah,
that's
exactly it.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay, so this would be a build on that famous phrase: culture eats strategy for breakfast, and mentoring is your protein shake, Debs.
Oh, Lord, I love that bit. That's amazing. And I think a couple of people sort of alluded to the fact about that human aspect, the culture of sharing as well.
Oh, Debs, do you know what I loved listening to the different voices was how all of them were saying mentoring is a no-brainer in terms of being to set those foundations for the future.
Yes.
And, if we're going to be really realistic about it, there might be some industries and professions that are really going to be transforming quite rapidly over the next couple of years. And it's not just AI. There's other, kind of changing things that are impacting our world of work landscape. But let's not panic. Let's get mentoring as the way to be able to really shape things along in an inclusive way where we're able to bring as many people along with us as possible.
Yeah, I love that. And on that, I've got one very last question for you, Laura. Put you on the spot with this one.
All right.
If you found a mentor or you became one, what difference do you think that could make to people's careers and confidence in the future?
An immeasurable amount of difference.
Love it.
And in fact, do you remember how kind of goosebumpy I got when you asked me about an early mentor in my life?
Yes.
And I mentioned about Carly. I can remember right now. So I'm, 49 years old now, and I can remember being a 23-year-old girl, really, in the kind of the big world of work, doing recruitment sales training, that ain't for the faint-hearted. And she was just there, not holding my hand as such, but side by side. And I can't underestimate the impact that those early mentors had on me. And imagine hearing someone say that about you.
Oh my God, yeah.
So imagine someone saying, our colleague Lynn's calls this the partner test, which I thought was a brilliant way of talking about it, which is where you're walking down the street and you're with your partner, and then an ex-colleague passes you and you kind of go, oh, hello. And then your partner then goes, who's that then? And it's how you get described. That then gives you your legacy then, and imagine if you overheard someone saying they were a real mentor to me in the early days. So I think the benefit it can have is immeasurable. And, a mentor doesn't have to be forever. So you're not kind of, chained to each other like a ball and chain with L&D, like, chasing you up for your paperwork and stuff. It is it's a relationship. But I think the difference is huge, and that's on a personal level.
Yes.
If I look around me on a professional level, sector by sector, those sectors that are creating an environment where mentoring is seen as cool, it's seen as something that is worthwhile investing in. There's just an energy of optimism that I think is then going to, who knows what the future is going to hold, but it's a much more pleasurable space to be in when you're looking forward to the future rather than dreading it and kind of, trying to hold on to the current state, because that's not a healthy place to be in.
No, that definitely isn't. Oh my God, I love that. I suppose then that leads into my call to action on this one, actually. If you are a leader or part of an organisation, asking yourself this question, which is, how are we helping our people learn from each other? Because I think mentoring, it's not just a nice to have. I think it's absolutely a game changer because it will build the confidence in individuals. It actually grows the talent that you've got in. You can future-proof the next generation of leaders coming through. And people will want to come and be part of that if you've got that right. So yeah, ask yourself this, leaders, managers, anybody, how are we helping our people learn from each other? And if you're not and you can't answer it, go and do some work on it.
Love that. And as I was talking about in an article I was putting together this week, if there's no live learning happening in your organisation, the clue's kind of in the name.
Yes, that's true, Law. Yeah, that was really cool, live learning.
Yeah, and mentoring is that live learning in that moment. And you don't have to wait until everyone's available or a boardroom is available or everyone can go on that Teams link. Like, it's there and it can happen. So my share the secret would be, who do you know in your personal professional network for whom setting up a culture of mentoring would be useful? Rather than having that as an overwhelming, massive project, it could start off with just setting up 2 people to be able to be mentor, mentee. And from that, it can then grow. And sometimes it's just creating the email to say, hello, meet your mentor, meet your mentee. I'll leave you then to be able to sort of, to meet or to work out how you're going to do it. So it's not very labour intensive because you're almost creating that connection. That's the value that you can bring in terms of future proofing.
Oh, I love that. Because, I suppose, therefore, mentoring turns potential into possibility.
Oh,
and the possibilities are endless, right? If you start to really get creative with it. I think that's what we need to think about. What is the possibilities that we could create? How exciting.
Yeah, love it. So our hope and intention for this 4-part focus looking at mentoring as the enabler to take us from current state to goal state in our rapidly evolving world of work. And we thought we'd mix things up a little bit by hearing from an array of incredible people, leaders
really cool.
In all shapes and sizes across all different organisations. So huge thank you to those of you who contributed to that. And we'd love to hear your thoughts as well about what mentoring looks like for you in your world. And your experiences of either being a mentor or a mentee, because the confidence boost that can have when you know someone is believing in you and you're having those conversations. And that leads really nicely into our new topic.
Oh, we got a shiny new topic, Law.
New toys.
What are we talking about?
Well, this one, Devs, is all about powerful presence.
Oh, okay.
What does it mean to show up? Have the impact and influence that I want? Your beautiful phrase of does the room light up on your way in
on or out? Yeah.
What does that mean in our new evolving world of work? And as always, we're going to take some quirky as well as some head-on approaches looking at powerful presence. So really looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed this series as well. And as you said, the best bit is hearing from others, because it's not just from us. It's, people are living and breathing this all the time. So to hear what they had to say from, the coalface, if you like, I think it's just made it so powerful to hear. And I've loved it. It's been really cool.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Debs, have a fantastic week, and let's not panic. Let's get mentoring, and I'll see you on the other side.
You definitely will see me on the other side. Have a good one, Laura.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at contact@secretsfromacoach.com or follow us on Insta or Facebook. If you're a Spotify listener, give us a rating, as it's easier for people to find us. And if you want to know more, visit our website, www.secretsfromacoach.com, and sign up for our newsletter. Here to cheer you on and help you thrive in the ever-changing world of work.